Welcome to Charts Today, US Open. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 31st of October, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar. Dollar making a 16-month high, so looking very strong indeed. And that is dominating the macro situation at the moment. We're seeing the euro weaker, dollar stronger, euro really nudging that August low as well. So it is on track for making a 16-month low against the dollar. The yen, seeing the dollar high here, Bank of Japan, and continuing its stimulus having an effect. Sterling recovering a little bit off that 127 level, but still looking weak. And we're seeing the same against the euro as well for sterling. US markets opening up higher. We're seeing the S&P 500 index recovering 1.6%. The Nasdaq actually opening up 3%, so looking much stronger here. No clear upside targets though, so it is making it a bit hard to call how far this run could go. We now need a pullback from this recovery and then a new high to give us a target. So it's quite key there. Looking at the Dow Jones, we're up 1.5%, looking strong there, and the broader base Russell index up over 1%. Still bearish on that short-term chart. Looking at European markets, the UK market is up 1.5%. Mid caps in the UK up 1.6%, and the German market up 1.7%. So we are seeing a little bit of a recovery here off the back of those stronger US markets. The CAC 40 is actually still the strongest looking European market, and that's up 2.5%. So we're seeing that as a move across the board. Crude oil falling on that stronger dollar. It was looking a bit more bullish this morning, but actually now falling away again. Strong dollar having a big impact there. US nat gas sitting quite steady at $3.22, so we are seeing that as well. Gold falling quite sharply on that stronger dollar, so we are seeing the move lower there. And US 10-year yields, we're seeing a rising back at 3.14%. So looking over to just the stocks, we're seeing here, and that was data on that last screen was from Thomson Reuters Icon. If you're a private user, Metastock will give you the same data feed. Here, I'm now looking at Yahoo data, which is data from Yahoo Finance, and we're seeing here the percentages, big moves here in the US markets, Europe all up and Asia up as well. So we're seeing those prices coming in there from from Europe. Looking at the FTSE 100, we've got big performances today. Ashtead Group up 6%, Burberry up 5%, NMC Health up 5%. So we're seeing some really big moves here. Antofagasta and Glencore each up 5%. Strong results out yesterday from BP, up nearly 4%, and Standard Chartered giving strong results again today, up 4% as well. There are fallers, of course, in the FTSE, but they're all limited to much smaller percentages than we've been seeing of late. 2.6% down on Fresnel, and BT Group actually looking weaker here. Medium term looking a bit better on BT Group, but long term we're still bearish. Looking at the FTSE 250, much the same situation. Some big rises there. And if we look across Europe, WH Smith, UK newsagent in Europe, up significantly here, up 8.5%, unwinding most of this month's falls. And we're seeing quite a lot of stocks here up 8.77%. SEB has had a hammering lately, up 7.5% this morning. Doesn't change the look of the chart though. As we look at the weekly here, the long term 1%. Daily, medium term, and 0.5%, and these are my daily on balance volume and relative strength set to 100 against the Dow Jones index. So just useful to keep an eye on how the relative performance is going. Looking over to US stocks, this is my US layout. We see here that we again all green on the US. Looking at the Nasdaq, we've got Alphabet up 4.3%. Amazon up 5%. They've really taken a hammering the last few weeks. And Amazon now actually recouping some of that loss, but still looking pretty bearish on that medium-term chart. And the relative trend really ending very clearly there on Amazon. Looking at Apple, we're up 2.61%. so we're looking more bullish there as well. And Facebook up 5.6% after yesterday's results, so the market digesting those, and of course the strong opening helping matters as well. Microsoft is another strong performer, up nearly 4%, and Netflix up 7%, so really recovering there. Nvidia relatively moot. This sell-off in Nvidia really does look to have set in, so the run in Nvidia looks set to be over. And if we look at Tesla, Tesla is up 1%, so looking pretty strong there indeed. Looking at the Dow 30, Visa up 4%, Microsoft next, Caterpillar up 3.5%. So we are seeing here Caterpillar looking like they're finding some support after a really dire October. And if we look at the poor performers in the Dow, we see here it's Verizon down the bottom here, down 1.85%, Walmart. Generally the safer stocks, Procter and Gamble, McDonald's. So we're seeing that rotation to tech is performing again today. And the S&P 500, looking just across the index there, we've got Fleet Core up 9%, Varian Medical Systems up 9%, and at the other end of the scale, we do have Kellogg's down 8%, Baxter International down 7%. So we are still seeing some big falls, but on the whole, the market is looking much, much better than it has done for some time. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.